How's it going, everybody? I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing new and early access games, because that's what I'm playing, and today I'm featuring Roboplant. Roboplant is a sci-fi resource management farming sim developed by Rebelpug. It has a demo available to download from the Steam page, and I've put a link in the description below for your convenience. Let's get started and check out Roboplant. So this is a pretty cool little game. I played a little bit, but we're going to start a new company. The options are pretty simple. There's really not a lot going on in the options. The story mode. I'm going to create a company, and we're going to play on easy because I wasn't able to do very well even on easy, but we'll see how far I can get. Drifty Co. We're not able to select these other two options, but we are able to select Malo, which is a hot, arid, no oxygen planet. So we'll have to come up with all of these ways to make our oxygen and whatnot. Welcome to Roboplant Industries. We're happy to have you on board. Our mission is to save planet Earth from famine. Are you ready? Hello. Earth has suffered years of war and famine, and people are struggling to start over. So you can always check Earth status, and I'm ready to go. We'll give you all the tools to start your own company. You'll be able to hire workers, set up production, and grow some nice fruits and vegetables. We'll have plenty of opportunities to make extra money. We're going to go ahead and build up our empire, and he's going to give us some suggestions. So we'll go through the tutorial real quick. I'll try not to spend too much time on it. WASD to move. We can press Q and E to rotate. It would be cool if there was an option to invert that. N and M to zoom in and zoom out. We're going to hire one worker, so we're going to click on this button down here. We're going to select somebody who's going to build stuff for us because we need things to be built. You can see how much they cost to hire and then how much you're going to have to pay every day. So we're going to hire them. And I think what we should do is pause the game. Here's the speed of the game in the top left corner here. So pause, play, double, and triple speed. We're just going to pause it while we set up our initial base. So if I zoom out, you can do that with the middle mouse. Unfortunately, you can't use right click to turn. I would like to see that, but today is the day one release of this game, so any bugs that I encounter are likely to be patched out since this is just day one. Almost every game has a hot fix on day one or day two of a big patch of bugs. So over here on this pad, this is where we launch resources away and we receive them. This is where we store our liquid water, and these are our batteries to store our electricity. And here is our cargo warehouse. So this shows what we start with. We start with a decent amount of things in our storage to get us going, but we need to get some rooms set up. So we've hired a worker. He will arrive in 2 hours. We pause the game to give us time to make some plans. We're going to start building our factory. We need to make a corridor, which is what is going to connect our rooms, and make another room. And you can see the tutorial is highlighting this little section here. So we'll select here, and we're going to select, let's do this corridor, and plop it down right there. That'll work. And then let's select rooms, and we'll select a small square room. The bigger the room, the more it's going to cost. If I press R, I can rotate, and I can plop those down. And the more the upkeep will be as well. So now we have this room planned, but it's not placed down yet. You can see that it's kind of like a blue frame of what it's going to look like. What we need to have is our builder arrive and start building it. So now that we've placed our room, I'm going to unpause the game and let the game start. We're still waiting for another hour and a half for this guy to arrive. So he's going to show up and start building this room, but we need to have some plans set up for him to do. There's no oxygen, so we need to build an oxygen stabilizer. We're going to put that in here, and then we're also going to need to build a humidity stabilizer. We'll plop that down, and a temperature stabilizer. So let's get that as well. Place that down. So we've laid some plans for the builder to get to work right away. Builders are robots, and they will need charging and relaxation stations. So we'll have to do that soon. The tutorial will walk us through that, but let's just go through. It wants us now to build a seeder. So let's select a basic seeder and plop that down and prepare some seedlings. So before we can actually prepare some seedlings, we need the builder to get in here and build it. So I already know what's going to happen while we're waiting for this to happen. I'm going to place another corridor and another room because we're going to need a place for them to relax and recharge. So we'll plop another one down just like that. And when he gets to it, he'll be able to, we'll be able to prepare some seedlings. Looks like he did that first, so let's click on that. We're going to click on create from scratch. You can see that this is our basic seeder, and you've got how much comfort applies to the room, the level. Right now, these workstations make the room less comfortable. And there's a description, and then you've got like what its daily upkeep would do. So we'll create from scratch, and we're going to, I don't know, let's try to grow some lettuce. So this wants a cold, humid, oxygen-rich environment for this lettuce to grow, and it's going to take 10 hours. So let's try to grow some lettuce. We want to make the room cold and humid with a lot of oxygen. So let's select that. And now that it has a scheme selected, we are going to select if we have seeds, and we do. So we'll put those seeds, and then we're going to select what kind of trays we want to use. This is our rock wool that we're going to use, and a fertilizer. So we do have some in the storage, luckily, to get us started. So we're going to select the fertilizer. And once we've got a setup, we can start production, but I don't think the room is ready for it yet. So I'm going to close out before I start production. It will remember your settings. So let's go to this environment stabilizer. We want an oxygen-rich environment, and since it's a medium room, not a large room, one of them will work. I tried it with a medium, and you need 2 of these, so that's why I'm going with the smaller rooms. And here we go. So it wants to be oxygen-rich and humid, but also we're going to set this to cold. So this is going to have to cool down the room a little bit more. It's currently warm, and it's reaching the target of cold, so it should get cold at some point. We may need to make another stabilizer if this room is too big for it. You can see that it's taken 1 energy per hour and 5.30 of our points, dollars. I'm not sure exactly what the currency is called, but we'll call it money. Oh, so it's cold now. So we meet all the conditions for the lettuce leaves. That you can see every day you get an upkeep. So a full day has passed. We spent a bunch of money just hiring new workers, building stuff, setting up the infrastructure, and we've lost $6,100. So that's not a great start, but like you need to invest. You got to have money to make money. Let's click start production as soon as possible and get some lettuce seedlings. This is the destroy button. We can knock something down if we want to. We'll go to planters and we'll click on a wick system. So we prepared some seedlings. That started, that got going, and that progressed. And so then the next thing is to place a planter, and it did that. Now that we have the seedlings, we're waiting for the builder to build this thing. We can hire a second worker, which I think is something we're going to want to do soon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We will hire another worker. Let's hire a farmer so that the farmer can take care of doing all of this stuff, and the builder can just go about building. If we click over here on this little pie chart, you can click on tasks, and you can see what tasks are waiting to be done. And then you can see your economy and how much you're spending to keep track of how much you've spent and how much you're spending every day and whatnot. Well, if we click on our workers, we can set our priorities. So we have a builder and a farmer, but they're both set to doing maintenance and stuff. So what I want to do with my farmer is to have him do planting and seeding and harvesting. So the builder is going to be set to a higher priority of construction. And it works just like RimWorld. If you've ever played RimWorld, the higher the number, the more likely they are to do that task. And they go from left to right. So they'll try to do construction, then seeding, then they'll do planting and harvesting, packaging. I'm assuming this is how it works. It seems like it is. So we're going to have our builder have a higher priority of construction. So if there's anything that needs to be built, our builder's going to go do it. And now for the farmer, I want them to be prioritizing seeding, planting, harvesting, and packaging. And then that will be their main priority. So if any of that needs to happen, they'll go do that. We can still keep hauling and maintenance in line. So when we get new packages, they're put away and whatnot. We have timesheets. We can decide what they're supposed to be doing at any given time. I'm going to leave it on like no direct orders right now until we get more specific. You can see that our builder, the first guy we hired, is running low on energy, and his health and happiness are going down. So we need to build a rec room, but we're going to get to that. Do the next thing, build a packager. So let's click over here, click on packagers, and let's get a basic packager going. And there's not enough room right there, but I can rotate it with R. So if I go like this, I can set up a packager right there. The builder will go and build that, and that should be good for the builder to go do. This guy's running low on power. He's very not happy about this, so we need to set up our charging station. The tutorial was expecting this to happen real soon. Let's rotate our camera, and we will click over here on charger, and we can do a charging bed or a small floor charger. Now, I did small floor chargers before. I'm kind of interested to see if this is going to be a better option. Oh, wait, it doesn't let us yet. We have to do research on it. You can see that it's kind of grayed out a little bit. It says unlock with research, and we'll get to that in a second, too. So let's place down a couple of chargers. We got 2 workers, so let's just use 2 chargers right now. The builder will go there and start building that, and then once he's done, he'll probably get himself set up to go charge. We're going to go to a repair kit and set up a vending machine. I'll do 2 of these. I'm not sure if you need 1 for each worker, but I'm going to do that anyway. And then on the other side, I'm going to set up a couple of arcade consoles. We'll rotate with R. And this is so they have like a happiness. They're getting their entertainment. All right. The next thing we're going to be doing is building some decorations. So this one says unlock with research, but we can build a locker. So let's go ahead and put a locker over here. Now we're going to make an order for energy. We're going to be using a lot of energy, and we're going to need to buy it at this point because we're not producing it. So we're going to click over here on this electric grid, and we're going to click on supply management section, buy, and I'm going to click on max. I'm going to buy as much energy as I can for right now. I think we'll have to keep doing this, so we're just going to click on that. I don't think we need to buy more water yet. At least the tutorial doesn't say that we have to. So we'll click on confirm. If at any point we need to update this, we can click on here and click update to reduce the amount that we're buying. Contracts are the best way to grow your business. So another day passed and we lost more money. We haven't actually been producing anything yet because we didn't set up our production planner. So before we move on to the contracts, let's keep working on our production here. We're going to click on the production planner. We're going to click start from scratch, and we're growing lettuce. So let's go ahead and set up this for lettuce. It one's cold, humid, oxygen rich. We're keeping these together. So it looks like this room is going to be our lettuce room. We'll select our lettuce seedlings that we're creating, and then we'll select a type of clay for it to work as the medium, and we'll use a fertilizer that we have in store. We'll select that, and we're going to start production. So all of the environmental requirements have been met, and we have the resources, so it should be producing lettuce soon enough. At some point, we'll have to set up our packager. Oh, we already did. So let's click on our packager and do the same thing. We're going to create from scratch, and we know we're making lettuce, so we'll click on boxes of lettuce. We want to create packaged lettuce that's ready to be shipped off, so we'll select that, and we're going to select the lettuce that we have, and we'll select a box. Right now we have non-recyclable plastic boxes. Hopefully we'll upgrade those at some point. We'll start production, and our farmer will get over here and start putting these boxes of lettuce together so that we can fulfill contracts and sell them. So speaking of contracts, now we'll go into the tutorial section here that says accept contract. So let's click on this little button here to show off our contracts. We can see which ones are available here and what they're actually requiring. This one wants 34. Let's go ahead and accept this one. This one's paying more, but with less reputation points compared to Traca Nation. We're going to accept this one for more pay, for less lettuce for now. And then as soon as we are able to provide this many boxes of lettuce, we'll fulfill that contract. Now they do have timelines, 24 hours to produce this. Hopefully we'll have enough lettuce packaged in time. We are preparing and packaging, so we do have some lettuce already, but not enough to complete the contract. As soon as we do, we will. So next thing in the tutorial, they want you to start the research, and there is a research tree, as you can see over here, for office, workshop, and the laboratory. So we need to set up a new room for that. So let's go ahead and get that started. What we're going to need to do is set up a corridor. We'll set up a corridor, I guess, like this. And then maybe we need to do like an L bracket or something. Let's rotate that with R. And let's see if we can attach a medium room to a small square room to that. Maybe it won't work. So let's undo this. Let's click on this and destroy that plan and that plan. And we'll try to do a long pipe corridor combined with a 90-degree corridor. I think that should provide us enough room for a square. There we go. That looks really good. There's a nice amount of space in between. The builder is already getting to work on these. Okay, and inside this, it's asking us to build a research table. So we click over here. Under research, we can see a workshop research table, office research table, and a lab research table. Now this last one is unlocked with research, so we can't actually do it, but we can decide if we want to do an office or a workshop. So the workshop costs more and it has more, a higher base research rate. So we'll go ahead and take that one. All right, now we need to hire a worker whose primary goal is just to do research and progress our tech tree so that we have more things unlocked. And you can see as their power goes low, they'll go over here and charge up and repair themselves and become happy little robot workers for us. And they'll automate that. It's kind of cool to watch it all play out. So let's have a worker do research for us. That's going to involve hiring another worker. So let's click over here and click on hire. And we're going to find a researcher or a biologist. Here's a biologist. Let's hire this biologist. He's a little bit more expensive, but I'm sure his stats will come into benefit when we put him in the right station. But what we can do is set up a secondary room for growing stuff. We don't have to just grow lettuce. We could grow other stuff too. So I think that's a good idea to do. We lost $5,000. We're losing a lot of money. So we have a ready to complete order. So we're going to complete the contract before we run out of time. And we're in the process of delivering this. It looks like we have 8 more hours to deliver it. Let's see if we can deliver it in that time frame. It looks like our researcher is arriving. He's coming down on a spaceship here. Plop, he's out. We delivered a contract. The completed contract has been delivered and your reward is $16.31. That's not a lot of money considering how much money we've invested to build this infrastructure, but once we've got it going, we're just paying salaries and wages. So I think if we keep completing lettuce contracts, we'll be able to make some profit. The Traka Nation needs lettuce. Let's do that. So let's accept this contract. We almost have it done. We're still growing lettuce, and we have seeds, and we have rock wool, and we have fertilizer. So that's still happening. We'll have to keep an eye on how many of these things we have. We're in a good position to keep growing lettuce for a little while. For now, we have a research station, but we haven't set it up. So let's click on a type of research that we want to do. We're going to do workshop. And what we want to do is probably upgrade our factory. We already have level 1 of these things. We're going to click on level 2 and say select research. And now we're going to start research, and it's going to start doing the research. This is a communication, so we have to left click on it to get radio transmission. An ambassador from Earth is going around asking all companies to help build a new help center on Earth. Would you be willing to join and share the costs? Send money? We do not have $79,000 to send right now, so unfortunately we have no option but to say no. They understood our choices, even though they didn't agree with it. What would they want us to do with our $14,000? Just go bankrupt right now? I think we're probably better off in the long run having a little money to run a business. That way we can produce food for their planet later on. It's up to you now. The journey has finished. We get to grow our business and become the biggest farming tycoon in the universe, and we can press P to hide or show the UI for screenshots and whatnot. So we'll close this. Okay, finally, it looks like we got a researcher arriving. Let's go ahead and check on our guys. Now we have a new dude, the biologist, and I'm going to change his priorities to mainly doing tech and plant research. So let's go over here and change his tech and plant research. So anyway, we're going to turn these priorities down and have his research up. So the biologist isn't going to spend too much time maintaining devices and hauling. Instead, he's going to spend most of his focus on doing research. So that's going to keep our research going strong. And you can see it's starting to add up now that we have somebody there working at the research table. And if he gets tired, he'll run over here, charge up, repair himself. I think we're doing okay. Before I invest too much more in another room, I need to finish some contracts. So we have a contract that's ready to be completed. So let's complete this contract. And it is now delivering. We'll wait for that to happen. Humidity stabilizers broke down. One of your structures broke down. So if we have somebody on maintenance, they will go by and fix it. So maintenance is right here. And it looks like our builder and our farmer are both on maintenance. They have a higher priority. So when something breaks down, they're going to try to do that. Hover your mouse over the room. You can see in the top the comfort level of the room, if it's cold, hot, if it's arid, or if it's humid, or if it's devoid of oxygen, or if it has oxygen. So in this room, this growing room, it is a very cold, very humid, and very oxygen-rich environment where we are growing lettuce. Since we're already maintaining the room, and we have the resources, it would make sense for us to have more than one basic seeder. We finished a contract and we got paid and we got some reputation. That's good. Let's accept another contract. Does anybody need lettuce? Because we've got it. Pluto community needs lettuce. Let's open this contract. We're going to take this contract and we're going to try to complete it for you in time. Now we're growing lettuce here, but I feel like there's plenty of room, more space in this box. So let's go ahead and plop down a second seeder and a second wick system. So we can grow them twice as fast. So let's set up a vertical seeder over here. And another wick system. And we're gonna grow some more lettuce. But you can see that spinach requires dry. We have a very humid environment. So we're gonna grow more lettuce. This will be strictly the lettuce room. So let's go ahead and select this for our seeds. And we'll select the rock wool and the fertilizer. Very nice, very nice. And we'll start production on that. So that will, the farmer will go over there and start getting that going. And then the production planner will create from scratch. We're gonna grow, you guessed it, more lettuce. And we will use clay to grow it in and use some fertilizer. So we'll start production. So now we're doubling up on our lettuce endeavors. And we might be able to fulfill that contract. It's ready to complete, so let's go ahead and complete that contract. We are in the process of delivering it now. We're starting to stay afloat as long as we can maintain supplying lettuce to people. Now, this is a rather large one. The Traka Nation is offering 5,600 to complete 144 boxes of lettuce. Now, I like that. I think we can do it. Let's try it. Since we're doubling up on lettuce, I think we might be able to handle that. Oh, your reputation is not good enough to accept the contract. So we have a reputation of 3 and it requires 4. Okay, that makes sense. So it shows you what it requires down here. Maybe somebody else? The Talia colony says 95. Let's see if they'll let us go. Yep, they're okay with that. So we will do that one. We've almost got it completed already. So the oxygen stabilizer broke down again. It's okay, our builder will come in and they will start fixing it up. If we can get a surplus of money and start making more money on these contracts, I would like to build a secondary room over here and start producing some spinach or some strawberries or something. Definitely going to be losing money on this day, but it will set us up to make more money in the long run because we'll be able to fulfill more contracts. Constantly, these things are breaking down, but that's why you have maintenance crew to work on them. You can hire somebody specifically designed to go around and maintain things. And if you start getting too many rooms and too many buildings, you probably will want to hire someone whose job is specifically highest priority, go around and maintain everything so your operation runs as smooth as possible. How's our research going? We can see that it's going to take a long time to research. We're running on regular speed. We can't fast forward, but a lot can happen in a short period of time. We're unable to continue producing because the temperature is getting too hot in here, and we need to get these buildings fixed, get these structures fixed as soon as possible. Now that we've got room in our second area here, let's go ahead and set it up to have some basic seeders in here. And what we'll do is get it going with just one wick system. And we'll set up another packager right here and set up our oxygen stabilizer, our humidity stabilizer, our temperature stabilizer. that will get this room ready to go. We've paid for a lot of plans here, and he's starting to build the hallway and the corridors now. This room will be set up to go because we do have some supplies to grow spinach and strawberries, so we should probably get that going. And at some point, we'll have to order in some more fertilizer and some more clay and some more resources. We have plenty of energy, and our water is slowly ticking down, so we don't really need to buy any more of that right now. But I am worried we're going to run out of money if we don't get these contracts fulfilled. So I need to complete these contracts. A bad day, we lost $7,700. That's because we spent a lot of money in infrastructure. We built an entire new room, new corridors, new structures, and lots of stuff was set down to let us complete more contracts. At some point, we're gonna have more growing capacity, and we're gonna run out of contracts. We delivered a contract. That was some good money we got off of that. Does that give us 4 reputation? I'm thinking this is 4 reputation. Let's see. Can we accept it? Nope, still not enough. So our reputation is this little building and flag. That makes sense. Okay, so we want to find a contract we can complete. Right now we only have lettuce, so that's going to be a little bit difficult because there's no more lettuce contracts. But it does say new contracts will arrive in 26 hours. That's a long time. We're going to have to pay quite a bit to wait for that. So we're going to actually, instead of spinach, since there's only 2 contracts with spinach, we're going to go with strawberries. Because if we can get strawberry production up, well, we can complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new contracts. So let's try to get strawberries growing as fast as possible. We need our builder to get to work. I'm hesitant to hire another builder. We may need to with 2 buildings. If we can keep our overhead down and complete contracts, we'll be able to turn a profit. I know our workers are going to be mighty busy, but I think in the long run, it's better to have them busy and pay less in overhead than it is to have too many staff and just pay them to stand around. Oh my God, can you hear the corporate talk already happening? So this is basically Roboplant, sci-fi resource management farming sim developed by Rebel Pug. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want more content like this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you would like to chat and come hang out with us, we have a Discord, links in the description. We also have a Patreon if you'd like to support what we do. Back us there. And that's basically it. Love you guys very much. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.